we say, I say, hearing out them points of views when I see it my way. Yes it goes, yes it knows, maybe so's, probably not, shoulds and coulds, do's and don'ts, your woulds and won'ts is how you rock. Politicians and religions, on your house or are you renting? Is you married, is you single, meta interest when you mingle, turn out to be someone you into, so how long before the bed get wrinkled? Children when they tripping, is it time out or do you whip them? Opinions and decisions, hunches, intuitions, may or may not get it, cause people's experience different, check the prejudice at the door, speak your mind, you give the flow, tell the truth if it's sweet or sour, cause the hour we spittin' that fire.
Woo-wee! This is the hour we spittin' fire, y'all. I may spit some fire tonight. I don't know. I may spit some tonight, but we got a good show tonight, y'all. We got to talk about some stuff. We got a good show tonight. I tell you the truth, we do have a good show tonight. We're going to be talking about some things, but before I do that, I want to acknowledge y'all as I do Laquita, Denitra, okay, Chevelle, Wynette, Tina, Melissa, Hair Options, Arnetta, Lele. Oh, my goodness. That's what I'm talking about. Felicia. Oh, Vershana. That's what I'm saying. Yolanda, Nate, and Heal the Land, please. All right. That's what I am talking about. Heal the land, please. That's what I'm talking about. Because we got some stuff to talk about. Before we do, you know what I'm saying? I got to let y'all know some things. Okay, so let's see. Okay. Hey, America. Yeah, listen, it's been a lot of things going on in America. It's been a lot of stuff going on. Oh, my God. Trina, Tina, what's going on? How you doing? So we got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. Whoa, I'm going to talk about some shit tonight. RP, how you doing? How y'all doing? Oh my goodness, it's a pleasure having y'all in here. It really is. It's a pleasure having all y'all in here. When I look over to the side, I'm looking at my other monitor because I do not have it up on the wall so I can see y'all. So I have to look on the side. Okay, I have to look on the side in order for me to see y'all. Arlene, what's going on? Y'all, have y'all been over there on Sinful to P? Y'all know when I put my hand on my heels and my head to the side, I mean business. Y'all, I was over there on Sinful the P channel tonight. I ain't never laughed so hard in all my life. I can honestly say I had a good time over there. I like it over there. Shout out to my man. Shout out to him. He did his thing. He just had me laughing non-stop. I mean, he had me laughing so much. I was like, he need another cash app. I mean, another super chat. I couldn't even cash app him fast enough, y'all. I couldn't even cash app him. Y'all, where's Tommy? Kwame's still out of town. Do Kwame know he is retired? I guess he is living a retired life, ain't he? Oh, y'all, we got to talk about some stuff. Y'all, look, I'm about sick of this shit. I'm about sick of what I'm about to talk about now. I'm sick of this shit right here. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of it. I'm just sick of it. We gonna talk about Bill Cosby. We gonna talk about R. Kelly. We gonna get into some Wendy Williams. We're gonna get into what's going on in these YouTube streets, okay? We're gonna get into you. Oh, yes, we are. We gonna talk about everything. Ruby Johnson, what's going on? How you doing? We gonna be talking about a lot of stuff, y'all. We gotta talk about some stuff. It may not be in that order, but we damn sure go get to the bottom of it. We damn sure. Let me turn down this microphone a little bit. It may be a little loud. Okay, I turned it down some. Is that better for y'all? How you doing? I don't even know how to say your name. NT. Now we got T. Hey, Spittinfire and Miles in chat. I'm new. Just subscribe to the channel. Well, welcome to the family. Leslie Jennings, how you doing? How you doing? Welcome to the family. Okay, we got somebody new, so y'all know what to do. We got to give them some fire flames. Welcome to the family. Make sure y'all give them some fire flames, okay? Chevelle Stewart, welcome, T. Make sure y'all give them some fire flames. That's right. That's how we welcome people over here. You know what I'm saying? It's a good sizzling fire. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we need to do. All right. Thank you, Leslie, for the fire flames. Thank you. All right. So, thank you. So, and welcome again. So, we got a lot of stuff to talk about, okay? We gonna talk about some stuff. Tina Bryan, what's going on? I'm about sick of this. So, before we get into the depths of the conversation, I'm going to play you how you doing? I'm going to play you, I know I'm off the screen. I'm going to play you what the article I read, and then we're going to get into this. All right? We're going to get into it. Sexual assault by former Cosby Show actress Lily Bernard. Tyrant writer, okay? This bitch always writing about some shit that she's a Me Too mother effer. Anyway, Bill Cosby legal troubles are apparently far from over. The 84-year-old has been sued for sexual assault by actress Lily Bernard, who claims she was drugged and raped by the mentor in 1990. Cosby, who was free from prison earlier this year, maintains his innocence. I have waited a long time to be able to pursue my case in court, and I look forward to being heard and to hold Cosby accountable for what he's done to me. Although it occurred long ago, I still live with the fear, pain, and shame every day of my life. Bernard, who is being represented by Mercer Law, PLLC, says in a statement, she came forward as an alleged victim of Cosby years ago. The lawsuit was filed in New Jersey federal court on Thursday. It's pursuant to the state's 2-year look-back window that allows sexual abuse survivors to bring civil claims regardless when the assault occurred. Bernard met that once beloved actress on the set of The Cosby Show, where he offered to be her mentor for her acting career. According to the lawsuit obtained by Yahoo Entertainment, Cosby looked upon Miss Bernard as if she were his daughter, emphasizing the chastity as a virtue, warned her of the sexual pressures of Hollywood, and said she can call him daddy. During the mentoring session at a Trump Taj Mahal suite, Bernard alleged Cosby made her a non-alcoholic beverage, but after drinking it, she claimed she felt symptoms of dizziness, urge to vomit, and weakness. And according to the document, she claimed she went in and out of consciousness, awakening the one point to find Mr. Cosby naked atop her. I guess atop of her. She remembers telling Cosby no. The morning after the alleged rape, Bernard claims Cosby handed her money and secured her transportation back to New York. Mr. Cosby sexually assaulted and battered and drugged Ms. Bernard on additional occasions, the lawsuit alleges. Bernard claims that Cosby threatened to sue her for defamation if she went to the police and said he would erase her if she reported the alleged abuse. He supposedly threatened her career. She claimed to have suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety, depression, nightmares, physical pain, and multiple other permanent injuries. She's seeking an amount no less than $25 million in damages. Bill Cosby sued for sexual assault by former Cosby Show actress Lily Bernard. Okay, y'all. All right. So, there we have it. So, here we go with Bill Cosby, right? So, now somebody else coming forward. Now, he had several cases over the years that he won. He just got an overturned 4 months ago, almost 4 months ago. And now somebody else saying, okay, we're suing him too. He raped me. Now, wait a minute. Now, this was in 1990. Okay? This is in 1990. That means in 2000, that would have been 10 years. 2010, that would be 20 years. 2020, that would be 30 years. 2021, that's 31 years. So all these claims that he done had over the years, All these charges that he done had, she never came forward. She was in fear. I'm so sick of that shit. Now, this is when y'all asses need to be mad. See, this is why I made that video earlier today. I'm going to show my face. Oh, yes, I am going to show my face. But before we get into this, now she's saying, now, he had a trial back in 2018 where he was convicted. Why the hell she ain't say shit then? Why she ain't say nothing then? But she went right to the lawsuit part, though. Right to the lawsuit part. You see what I'm saying? Right to the lawsuit part. That's the shit that we need to stop. It's frivolous. At that point, he's going to start suing the fucking federal government. And that's what I would do. Okay? These bitches keep coming up here, and I said it. You ain't finna call nobody else no victim. You had an ample amount of time to come forward. But you go straight to the damn lawsuit, though. You go straight to attorney and go straight to get the motherfucking lawsuit. When he had court case after court case after court. Even if it was overturned, it's like they got bitches in their pocket. Oh, they didn't work, so now we gonna go get you. Now we go eat him up in court fees and legal fees. I will sue the federal government for keep bringing up cases because they trying to eat his money up in legal fees. And the media needs to stop with this bullshit. See, this is why is skeptical now. You can't differentiate between Cosby and R. Kelly. You can't do it. When you see some injustice, this is why I said earlier you need to get involved. This is a problem that we have. This is a problem that we have. Now you coming forward. Really? Why would we need to believe you? Why? If I was a victim or if I was the woman in the last trial where he supposed to have got convicted, if I was Gloria Constant, if I was any of these other alleged victims, why would I believe you? Why would the Me Too Times Up need to believe you? They say believe women. Why would I want to believe you? Even as a woman, why would I want to believe you? Why? Why would I want to believe you? Because you're a woman? Because you said you were victimized? You just waited 31 years. All this time you've been, I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep. Well, she wasn't skinny. She didn't look like she missed no meals. I'm sure she got children. So don't act like you ain't go on with your life. See, this is the type of shit that I don't be liking. And this is the type of stuff that make us feel. You see how they taking this and they running with it and they being frivolous now? Now, where she come from? Now they trying to bring a whole nother group of women. So you mean to tell me everything, so if these batch of women don't work, we gonna go find 40 more motherfuckers and file a lawsuit. And then if they don't work, we gonna go find 40 more. But they ain't gonna come with this case. We gonna find some more that come after that case. It's a pattern. This is why the world gonna start not believing you. This is stupid. And then I don't know what they got going on in Pennsylvania, but I don't know why they signed that shit into law. I don't understand why they passed that. Them people need to protest that they can just go sue for the 2-year back window regardless of when it happened. How you gonna prove it? Because you say so? Because you said it happened. That's how you gonna prove it. Because you're supposed to be able to go into the court and say this shit happened. This is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to go into the court and you're supposed to say, this shit happened to me. If you had an extra 3 years on top of his conviction before the shit was overturned. Then what was Gloria Constant started in 2014. You had ample amount of time to come forward then. I'm not feeling this shit, y'all. They are bullshitting. And it was Cosby's a PR person that said that the man got mad at Cosby. He told him he gonna bring him down. Well, it sounds like to me, Mr. Cosby, you need to expose who that man is so you can play back, you can bring his ass down. That's what the hell I would do. It'd be a tick for tack. They believe in women now. You got money. What them bitches that they say he raped them then? I mean, we supposed to believe women after all, right? I don't understand why the media keep bringing this up. People are not going to believe no other woman in this case. These cases are one of the women who's suing him. I wasn't even born, y'all. I wasn't even born. You waited all this time. I wasn't even, but they only waited this time when they can sue. You didn't have no guts to come forward the first goddamn 20, 30 years. But when they passed this law, now all of a sudden you got the heart to come forward. This is the shit that I told y'all that believe women shit is some bullshit. And y'all can believe them if y'all want to, but that's some bullshit. I'm sick of it. Hi, Nurse Patty. How you doing? I hope you seen the thing. I was talking about you yesterday. I said, where Nurse Patty at? She usually be in here. She must have had to work. I don't understand. I don't understand how these people sit up there. Now, it's another one. Now, y'all know they're going to try to get a whole nother group of women, right? Y'all know that, right? This is why I do what I do and speak on what I speak on and advocate for men, because it's going to take us to fight them hoes for them, because they can't do it. Because if a man go at her, even in the legal court, he's going to be considered the bully. This has to stop. Trying to eat his money up in legal fees, this has to stop. The man is 80-something years old. Let him be. You haven't even went after Carolyn Dunham Bryant for Emmett Till's death, and I got a petition up. As a matter of fact, let me put this petition up right now, okay? I got this petition up that I've had up for about 2 weeks now. 2 weeks, okay? And for those of you, since they keep doing that with her, here we have it. That's it. And I'm going to pin it at the top, if I can. Hold on, it won't let me. Pin message. Okay. So I'm going to pin it at the top. Okay. I'm going to pin it at the top. I think it's, yeah, there it go, right there. So I pinned it at the top so you guys can sign. Click on that link and sign that petition, because it is imperative and it's important. Okay? That this shit stops. This is too much. If I was the type of person that did believe these women, which I don't, how am I supposed to believe this? How am I supposed to keep, what is going to justify you waiting? I was scared. That's the same cliche everybody's saying. But you ain't scared now because you're suing. You was scared with the criminal case, but you ain't scared now. You suing. Get it. I got you. I told y'all. People think that I blame victims. People think I victim shame. No, I ain't. I'm just being damn real. I'm just being real when it comes to this Bill Cosby case. This stuff is not right. When she get arrested, then you can tell her some things. You ain't even arrested her. Emmett Till is dead. He ain't coming back. He was castrated, beat to death on the lie that she told. She facilitated his death, instigated his death, caused his death. At best, why his family can't sue her ass? He not coming back. He never had kids. He never had a girlfriend. He never got married. He was robbed of everything, and nobody's doing anything. Leave him alone. And I think personally, we need to get an attorney on behalf of just black men, black people. Because at this point, it's a racial issue. It's a gender issue at best. At this point, men need to sue. And they say, oh, Me Too is just not for women, but it's going to be benefiting women much, much, much more than it will a man. You can't even get a woman who facilitated the death of a boy back in 1955, and there is no statute of limitations on murder. All these women are alive. All these women eat. All these women have shelter. You saying what your damages are. It took you 31 years to get your damages. To come to get her some hurt. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. And the world gonna get sick. See, the one thing about y'all will be on the side of the victims for so long. But then after a while, y'all be like, okay, bitch, you lying. Now you're lying. Y'all know y'all fickle. Y'all know y'all attention span is real short. Trust me. I'm going to get into that on these YouTube streaks. Trust me. Trust me. That just don't make no sense. Now all of a sudden, her ass a victim. She's suing. And if I was Bill Cosby, I would counter sue. I would counter sue everybody that sued me. I would counter sue. You sue me, I sue you. He raped me, I say you raped me. I sure would. I would do every bitch like that. Like what? I would sue you. Matter of fact, my case, since I've been spending 3 years, her case go forward. So if I can't prove that you raped me, then how you gonna prove I raped you? After 30, 40, and 50 years. How you supposed to prove? How you supposed to do that? I was so devastated. These women slept with him. Y'all, they had an affair with him. Wasn't no damn rape. They had an affair with him. When you read the article, oh, he gave me some money and sent me home. What rape is? I know people who are literally raped, and they rapists didn't tear them off no money. I don't understand y'all. He sent me off some money and sent me a cab home. So he made sure you got back safely. He made sure you got home safely and told you off some money too. All right. You ex-mistresses, that's not rape. Okay. Y'all got to stop with that shit. That stuff crazy. All right. So we got to move on from Bill Cosby. That's crazy. That is crazy. Now, when it came to this person, okay, I know I'm off the screen and it's black, but when it came to this person, I showed y'all this video. Let me see. This person right here. So I told y'all about him the other day, a few days ago. And I told y'all he was supposed to be incarcerated. That's what he's supposed to be. I don't know if he is. Somebody said that he was on probation. I have no idea. Don't know. Don't care. But it was said that he went to jail. And he was one of the guys that was helped set up R. Kelly. Okay. With the father of this girl father. Let me see. Did I get that? Let me see. Nope. I don't want that one. I want this one. This picture. Okay. And this is the picture I want. Okay. So this guy was working. Let me see if I can bring it back up. Him. Okay. So let me tell y'all something. Okay. Let me bring y'all up to speed. Because a lot going on in these YouTube streets and everybody ain't bringing people up to speed the correct way. And everybody inserting themselves in this R. Kelly situation and you got to tell them and you guys, you know, y'all go over there and y'all fall for it. But let's keep it a buck. Okay. So there has been several bloggers blogging for R. Kelly and trying to get the truth out. Every so often there's a new blogger come along, and of course everybody tends to the new blogger. Okay. And they don't have to be a new blogger on these YouTube streets, but they have to be in this sector. And it happens. You know what I'm saying? Everybody tends to the blogger that is new on the scene or new inserting themselves in this case. But the thing that people don't say is, let's talk about this setup. Let's talk about what really happened. Okay. So first, I'm going to tell you about the guy that's in the upper corner with the red behind him. His name is Larry McGee. Okay. He has a YouTube channel. I won't say what it is. If you know it, you know it. If you don't, do not put it in my chat. He was on, and when he first came out, I was on the scene already when he first came out because I was advocating for men's rights and I was taking up for R. Kelly when we were getting called out our names. We were getting called. When this Me Too stuff first kicked off, we were being bashed like hell. Okay. We were being bashed like hell when this Me Too shit kicked off. I mean, people were calling me all out my name or whatever. And he was one of them. He came out with a mask and finally he showed his face. So then him and the guy at the bottom, okay, people say they knew each other for a long time. I don't know that. Then they say they just met. I don't know that. But they were working together to cover YouTube and social media. They were working together because they knew that it was going to be people on these internet streets that was going to take up for R. Kelly, whether they're fans, supporters, or whatever else. Now, I'm not a fan of R. Kelly, but when I first seen Surviving R. Kelly, I did not believe it. I did not believe him. I'm really good at a lot of things, and judging, getting truth out is a lot of things. And it's not even about belief with me. Let me scratch that. It's not really about belief. It's about the law. It's about the law. Okay? It's about the law. So before I get into that, these two men were working together. Now, the one at the top was coming on the scene, and he was talking bad about R. Kelly, calling him pedophiles, saying the most disgusting and disturbing things for 2.5 years. He doesn't know R. Kelly personally, but the one at the bottom, I would say he kind of know him, considering the fact that his daughter was dating him. He was trying to get a job for him. His wife was trying to get a job for him. He, at the bottom, said he was trying to do business deals with him, but R. Kelly wasn't feeling it. They wanted R. Kelly to invest in his dildo business, or the wife in a dildo business. And they wanted R. Kelly to put his voice on the dildo, and he refused to do it. His wife wanted to be his assistant or driver or something. He's like, nah, I don't think that's right. Because he got personal things and information and business deals. And if I don't want my girlfriend's mother intertwined with that, but being street people, you know, people that's in the streets and don't understand business, but he thinks he does, will sit up here and make people think that, I work for R. Kelly, and I was saying R. Kelly wasn't having that. So the mother decided, like, well, you effing my daughter, you need to give me some money. That's what the daughter said initially to Gayle King on CBS 2 years ago. Now we're going to get to the bottom of the father. Now, I haven't really said nothing on these internet streets for quite some time about these parents, other than questioning their parenting. And why would a man who's a father talk about his daughter is held captive, mentally messed them up and all this and that? But then he gets on mainstream media, says one thing, get on the internet, says something totally different. The other night he got on here on someone's channel, a guy that you guys know, that I just met for the first time the other day myself that day. And he disrespected everyone. But he said something interesting. He said that his daughter was lying on the stand. He said that several times in that video. And I'm thinking to myself, wow. But then this man at the top was always advocating for him. And I couldn't understand why a man at the top will be advocating on YouTube 20 hours out of 24 hours of the day for his daughter, and why he not doing it. I could never understand why. And for 2 years, Spittinfire asked that question. Why is the man at the top on here advocating for this girl like that's his daughter? Not that there's nothing wrong with it, but I just didn't know continuously like that, because it's everybody's responsibility to get involved. But why wouldn't the father be doing that, especially if the father been at his house, if he been at his house, if his daughter, the one that R. Kelly was with, at his house, right? I've asked that question. It just didn't seem right to me. It didn't seem right. It was just this case. It wasn't no other case. It wasn't no Bill Cosby case. It was just this case. And I couldn't understand why. So recently, R. Kelly been convicted. And I told people if R. Kelly goes to jail, it would be because of Me Too. Now, here we have this person right here. Let me see if I can pull this down. This is the judge. This is the judge that will be sentencing R. Kelly. This is the judge that every time the prosecution put in a motion, she denied it, denied his bail. Tim Norton, Sweetie Pie's son, FBI arrested him for murder of his nephew, got bail. This man, R. Kelly, is accused of dating underage girls. They're 17 instead of 18, in some cases 17. Some states 17 is the age of consent. All this old crap about age. But every time his attorneys, whoever they were, put in a motion, she would deny it. Now, I've often said something and told you guys back in the day about justice, right? I've often told you guys, I said, you got to be careful about justice. Justice is something that we all want, right? We all want justice. But I often told y'all to be mindful, okay? To be mindful when there's injustice. Okay? Told y'all to be mindful when there's injustice. Like this. On the left of your screen, okay, there is 2 scales that's even. On the right, there's scales one-sided. Well, this judge made sure the scale was one-sided. And that's injustice. It doesn't just weigh the heaviness of the evidence, but you have to give and take these motions. You have to give a little to get a little. You're supposed to balance the scale before trial start, but this trial already started like this with the scale in the white background. So every time our Kelly attorney put in a motion, she was denying it. Now, mind you, he turned in his passport. At the time, he didn't have no priors. He didn't even have a parking ticket. Okay? And he was an innocent man. on the presumptions of innocent to proven guilty. Now, at this time, we all advocate now that how is he supposed to have a fair trial when Surviving R. Kelly came out, when Mute R. Kelly did a campaign for 2.5 years, slandering this man in the media, and the media would not listen to anything good about R. Kelly. So now that the trial start, how is a man supposed to have a fair trial when he's been slandered for 2.5 years prior to trial? To believe that someone can be bias free. How is it that the jury can be semi-sequestered and able to go home on the weekend of during deliberation? No one is sitting up there saying and advocating and mad about it. And people are only mad and don't care about it because they saying these young girls, this, and that. And most of the time, it's men. Men that's on platforms talking BS, and people who've been advocating for R. Kelly and supporters are sitting up there engaging in it, knowing that what they know. We don't have time wasting on people who haven't followed this case for 2.5 years. We only need to focus on getting the message out here to the people of what's been happening. It's injustice. It doesn't matter if R. Kelly's innocent or guilty. If his due process has been violated, if the law did not it broke the law to try to uphold the law, that's wrong. In other words, you cannot sit up here and break the law to arrest someone. The government cannot break the law to arrest someone. They must read you your rights when they arrest you. They have to have a search warrant when they come into your house. I don't care if you, like I said the other day, if you have drugs all around your house, they must have a search warrant. It's about the law. We can all have opinions about things, but it's about the law. If the law is not just, how you gonna hold him just? In other words, he cannot get a fair trial with a documentary that came out, with two organizations that's out, Me Too Time's Up, with his name slandered in the media 2.5 years, been detained 2.5 years, and say, okay, it's time for trial. Then you let the juries go home. Not to mention, it took you 3 hours to give the juries instructions to embed in their head a guilty verdict. They already knew what you wanted. They already knew what the government wanted. They went home and heard it from the community. He's guilty, because they only going by what people say. This is the same thing they done to our higher being, and we were wrong. I told everybody that. I said, but it's going to take the Supreme Court to do it, or upper court, because the lower courts are compromised with this Me Too Time's Up stuff. I think every judge on this level, whether it's a federal level or a state level, on this level, maybe not the appellate court, maybe not the Supreme Court, but starting off at the local levels of these courts, I think that they need to be elected instead of appointed. And we need to put that on the ballot to help our men. Because if not, these Me Too people are going to sit up there and have him and everyone else alike. What if your son want to be a writer, a singer, a songwriter, and then he date and he rich, and you just have women all around you, and then next thing you know, they can come back 20, 30 years and say he raped you and just take his money. Do you think that's fair? We're going to act like groupies ain't never existed, right? Why we have to keep having this conversation? Why do we have to, and the thing of it is, I'm not mad at people for speaking their points of views. I'm not mad at people in the world for speaking their points of views, but we've been following the law. We have did a lot of research, whether it's the ops or me or anybody else. Some of these people feel like, okay, he in jail, we didn't care by any means necessary. I don't feel that way. I don't feel that way. I don't feel that you could just do a man this certain type of way, stop him from working, breaking his law and violating his civil rights and due process, covered all your bases. You made sure you have a civil rights person that helped you take him down. You made sure that no government agency will hear his voice. You made sure that the courts, okay, will bag you up. The courts and you made sure you had a woman judge. In the time of a Me Too era. So when I did these last few videos, it wasn't to disrespect anyone else who just now coming in or people who just now going over there, but to sit up there and be with people who ain't been in this fight, who ain't talked to you about justice and know the ins and outs and fought with other bloggers and know what's going on. They only going by speculation on this case from the outside looking in. I seen, you know what I'm saying, I have. I seen people on panels discussing some things or whatever, and I quickly got off. We did that already. We beyond that. This man has been found guilty, and we need to come together to figure out what is it that we can do as supporters. We don't have time for all of that. We done did all that. I'm not trying to convince the world of something different. That's just wasting damn time. You guys out there are too damn easily to be distracted. So, the guy over here, okay, the guy over here in the red, like I said, was friends with the father. Then he had Azriel, who was R. Kelly's girlfriend, over at his house. Over at his house. Had the dad over there. We seen it. We seen the dad for sure. Sitting side by side with him. But there was something that this guy in the back in the red was hiding. We didn't know what that was. But then it came out. He caught a case. So I asked the question, why will a man be on here 24 hours out of 7 discussing this case often over and over and over, to the point I had started a chant early on in 2019 in support of R. Kelly. Not for us, but in support of him. You know, like Beyonce got the beehives, Nicki Minaj got the barbs, Cardi got the Cardi gang. And when it came to R. Kelly, I said Team Kills. And we had different types of bloggers during that time who left because of the chaos. And I was in her chat, and I was saying Team Kills over and over again. And I was chanting it so much that the times that this blogger was coming on during that time, I would always say it, and people were following. And they were chanting. And whatever. Diansha. And we were chanting it. And as we were chanting this, he was in the chat, the guy in the red. At this time, he wasn't a blogger, or he wasn't even showing his face. But then I guess they decided they had to come up with something. People like Diansha Lauren, who support these people, right? And they called themselves Team Truth. They called themselves Team Truth. I said, oh, we Team Kills, they Team Truth. So in so many words, Team Kills birthed Team Truth. Because they called themselves that from what we call ourselves. So then the fighting began. Well, it might not be now. If I don't say your name right, forgive me, okay? Charge to the game and not my heart. But if you don't like what we saying over here, you can leave. Because right now we're supporters over here. So, when we were sitting up there saying that, I was sitting up there chanting it, and they start chanting it, and then he started having his channel, and it started growing. So it was a us versus them. Then Team Kills was infiltrated. We were infiltrated from within. There were people who were actually Team Truth, pretending to be Team Kills and all those kind of things. And when things happened, they sat up there and joined them or befriended them. I just wasn't feeling this guy. I tried, but it didn't last 5 minutes. I did. It didn't last 5 minutes. I tried this. We can have difference of opinions, but nah. Not when it comes to somebody's life and livelihood. Like, I don't believe in setting up people or whatever. I believe people to be held accountable and responsible for their actions, but I don't just believe you saying this because you saying this. Like, one thing about the truth is it's never inconsistent. When I seen Surviving R. Kelly, I seen some inconsistencies just in them crying. It didn't make sense. It didn't make sense how a mother pretended to rescue her daughter. It just didn't make sense. I said, this shit don't make no sense. But at first I thought he was a monster. And I had to go back and look at that shit again myself. I was like, nah, this don't make no sense. Let me go back and look at this shit again. It was just something about it. Now, do I think R. Kelly manipulative? Maybe so. Yeah, asshole? Maybe so. I don't know. But is it criminal? How many assholes we know? Is it criminal? Is this a form of injustice? Because to me, from what I've seen and the transcript I read lately, yeah, this is very much injustice. Very much. So, as we get into it with these people, they calling us names. Now, they the ones called us a lot of names. As you can see, Diansha called me P-Highs. Y'all the P-Highs. See, the name calling. There was no need for that, but she decided to do it. So they were calling us names and being bullyish, but these are people that's supposed to be helping victims and supporting victims. But they were calling us names after names after names. P-Highs was one of them. All the other ones was one of them. They were calling us names after names. It came to a point where I said, okay, they keep calling me names, victims or not. I'm going to start saying some very hurtful things. But then, after so long, this was going on for like 2 years, he caught a case and it got out. Now, people, other bloggers and everybody were doxing people and all that kind of stuff or whatever. And I'm thinking, oh, my God. And I'd never done that. People were lying on me saying I'd done that. And you can look through my thread. Never. Because to be honest with you, and I want to be on the screen when I say this, I never gave a fuck about nobody to dox. And that's real talk. I don't care about knowing your personal information. That's not what I'm here for. Just keeping it a buck. You have to be that special in my life for me to care like that. And I don't. I don't give a damn what you do. So they were doing that to each other and just going crazy, okay, with that. Then that surpassed. Then we had people making police reports and falling out over it. And then we had people, families over. So he had a blogger's son over at his house, a blogger that he didn't get along with. So could you imagine being a father who is beefing with another man and you get on the screen and that man got your son in their house? It doesn't matter if he's an adult. He has his son in his house. Nigga, you know damn well I don't like you. So you have no business having my son in your house. So I thought personally, and that's how that guy felt, and I thought personally that was wrong. That was my personal opinion. Some people may not think. I think some people say his son was grown. It don't matter. If I don't like you like that, you don't touch nothing in my family. Nothing. Because I don't do it to you, you don't do it to me. People cross those boundaries on these internet streets all the time. They lack respect all the time. I tell certain bloggers, don't even get in this shit because certain people, when you fall out, you will never get out of it. You will always have to fight with their asses. You could never say, okay, well, I really don't know you, but only on the internet, but I don't want to be friends with you. Bye. And I don't talk to you, don't talk to me. That would never happen. Because if they don't have commentary, they going to start beef. If they don't have nothing to do, they go start beef. It was been many bloggers that do that often in every sector. So then this man with the red behind him caught a case. It got out or whatever. Like I said, it got out through the internet. And I'm like, wow. But then nobody knew. So everybody saying that he had his own case, but we still didn't know the in-depths of it. At least I don't, because I don't care, because I didn't know him. I wasn't talking to him. Never talked to him. Don't like him. So I didn't give a fuck. I don't care. Okay. That's just my mentality. All right. So as I sit up here and this man caught a case, it came out not too long ago before before his sentencing that it was for 1.6, it's a net in here, $1.652 million. I don't know the exact amount. That's just how much I don't give a damn. However, it was $1 million or more. Okay, it was millions. Nothing of my salary. I ain't gonna even I'm gonna keep it a buck. Okay. Way above my pay grade. And they said that he was scamming people and taking people ID. So now I'm thinking, wow, this is interesting. But before that, we noticed that a lot of the people on these internet streets that were connected or knew R. Kelly were from Baltimore. There were some connections that they were from that area, the Maryland area. And we didn't understand why all these people were from Maryland or Chicago. Well, we knew Chicago. That makes sense. But from Maryland? So then, after that happened, he, on the screen, were saying that they got things. He knew a lot about what the prosecution was doing because he said that he was giving information from the internet to the prosecution. And some of us believed it and some of us didn't. But the reality of it is, after all this case, he was. He was telling the truth. He was saying that they had the storage. He was saying that they had friends to lie. He was saying they had all these type of people. And I'm thinking to myself, why would people be okay with someone saying we got people to lie? You got this man's life, okay? And yet you on here saying you got people to lie. And people, especially our culture, didn't give a damn. For one, they either were a rape victim or molestation victim that molested themselves. Two, they were men and hated him. Three, they believed the rumors because it was a long time ago, even without facts. Four, they were just flat out downright jealous. So then, after all of that happened, and the man sat up there and did all of that. And this woman had to sit up there and sentence this man after being in jest. She denied his bail 3, 4, 5 times, saying he's a flight risk. Now, mind you, they seized his accounts and they confiscated his passport. And he has no history of fleeing and always showed up to court. But yet, she put it out as if he was a flight risk. And the government put it out there as if he was a mob boss. Now, we ain't got to like R. Kelly. We do not have to like him at all. But you not finna tell us who got common sense that he was a fucking mob boss. And the people believed it on September 27th. They were not finna go home to their families who told them he guilty, hearing the world say he guilty. They're not finna be these people that have to go back out into society. They're not. They're not finna be the people that have to go back out to society and to say that they let this man free when the world is against them right now. They're not finna be the people to do it. But y'all say that that was justice. Now, it doesn't matter about rumors, because when you are a celebrity, rumors are on you forever. Forever. Rumors are on you forever. But that don't mean it's true. So then we have people that sit up there and say, okay, well, you know, it is what it is. Okay, it is what it is. We had this man right here. But then there was something that happened. Right? Put this back on the screen. The daddy and him got into it about 6 months ago. Got into it really bad. But the one thing on somebody's channel, they got into it really bad on somebody's channel. And I noticed that they were arguing and cussing each other out, but they were playing it safe. I've never known. Now, y'all see me cut the dragon all the time. Y'all know that when I'm arguing with somebody, there ain't no telling what's going to come out my mouth. But when these two were arguing, they were arguing, but they were arguing safely. If you really paid attention to it, they were watching what they say so they wouldn't incriminate themselves. I peeped game. But then something happened. The father kept saying, he did me dirty. But he never said what that dirt was. It was rumors out here, but he never said what that dirt was. And then recently he said something about him. Even while he incarcerated on parole, halfway house, whatever the hell, he still said he did him dirty, but he wouldn't say what it was. Now, it was rumored that, you know, the man up at the top who advocating for women supposed to have hit it on his daughter, Azriel, when she was staying with him. I don't know, wasn't there, allegedly. Is that the reason why they argued? Is that what the issue is? Did he push up on her? Because after all, she is grown now. We don't know. But we heard about this. So this guy at the top got what's called a 5K1, where you help the government and they write a letter on your behalf to get your case reduced. As I mentioned before, right? I mentioned that before. And as I mentioned that they were supposed to have that or a 5K letter or something, he got his case significantly reduced. Okay? He got his case significantly, his charges or his sentence significantly reduced. He's supposed to did like close to 5 years, 6 years, less than 2 years. Just for working with the government, helping with a high profile case like R. Kelly. But these fathers admitted that the daughters lie. He admitted that they got people to lie. And yet she wouldn't allow nothing in on the defense, but everything in for the prosecution. And we as a people okay with it because we having conversations with motherfuckers on the outside just want to go by what they heard years ago. Instead of hearing the facts out of these people's mouths. out of these people's mouths. You are men. When he said the other night that his daughter was lying, what are you going to do about it now? You got a man incarcerated, and a man came on the platform and said to somebody's platform that his daughter was lying several times. And she told different stories several times. And this judge, during the trial, said it herself in the transcript that her stories were inconsistent. But she didn't impeach her. She didn't even make a ruling on whether she was going to impeach her, from what I hear. Maybe she did and I overlooked it. I don't know. But here we have this, and you got to listen closely. You got to listen closely because it's something. It's important to everyone. Nobody should be able to tell you that they lied and a man sitting in jail and we just say, oh well. That's just some messed up stuff. That's some messed up stuff. And we have a system to, it's so easy to put a black man in jail, but when we realize that they're innocent or the evidence is so highly doubtful, it's so hard for them to get out. Oh, David Campos, no, this is my channel. You don't have to be here. You don't have to be here. I don't have to give it a rest. So, my thing is, let's listen to this. Let's listen to this. And let's see what you men people are going to do. Because I don't need another panel. No disrespect. I don't need, that's why I haven't been really on the infamous Sylvia's channel or nobody else. We need action. What are we going to do now that we heard people say out their own mouths for the last few days? On that panel, this panel, on their own platform, what are we going to do as a people? I'm not trying to convince nobody else what we know for the past 3 years. I'm not doing that no more. What are we going to do? So let's listen. And this is DJ Tyson again. This was his video. And again, if you have the original video of what DJ Tyson was playing, please make sure you email Spittinfire, spittinfire18@gmail.com. I want the uprighted version. I know sometimes people record things and their phone is not rotated the right way. But we got to figure out what we're going to do. So let's listen.
Y'all want to eat off another nigga legacy. How the fuck you gonna make another legacy for your own fucking kids off another nigga? Where the fuck they do that at? Excuse me. Y'all don't want this real shit. Y'all want that flawed up playing around with this man. And Drea Kelly ain't shit. Period. Let me show y'all something. Man. And y'all keep talking about that the feds can do this and they can do this. And how many times we have seen young guys do shit on YouTube and the feds go right and swoop them up? We saw you with some guns. They come in. You was on YouTube. You was on IG. Or you count too much money. We got to come get it and confiscate it. So you mean to tell me they can do that with all these young people? But motherfuckers can come on live and do shit like this? Let me show y'all something, because y'all think I'm just... Listen here. Watch this here. Watch this. I'm going to put this on some of your minds. The conspiracy against Robert Sylvester Kelly is so fucking serious, all because of hate. Oh, because of fucking hate. Now you tell me right here. This nigga. Right here. The one that went to jail.
He still ain't right. In truth, we did our job. We brought the information to the public. Surviving R. Kelly went off. We kept that shit going. We got bus drivers. We got police officers. We got assistants. We got friends. We got people to lie. We got the storage. We got motherfucking video, audio. You have seen Astria at my house. You have seen parents at my house.
Now you tell me.
Now, he got his 5K1 letter. You don't get that 5K1 letter unless your ass did what you said you was going to do. Unless the information that you gave them panned out for an incarceration, you get your letter. Now, I don't know why the father and him got into it. They keeping that really secretive. It's a lot more going on that we don't know. It's a lot more to this story that we don't know behind the scenes. It's a lot of people behind the setup. It's a lot of people on these YouTube streets that pretending to be for him behind the setup. And we don't know who these people are. We don't know who they are at all. So many people are literally capitalizing off his incarceration. Really. And it's problematic. I often be wondering, like, what would happen? Because I've always tried to do more stories than just R. Kelly. Because I'm hoping one day he'll come home and he'll be an X story. And I can move on to the next person. That maybe not be a celebrity. As you seen the other day, I had my Free Purvis Payne shirt on. I would like to talk a little bit more about that. But people don't know him like that. Well, if you don't, he's a disabled man that's sitting on death row, where the evidence is so doubtful, overwhelmingly doubtful. They delayed his execution twice, but they only would delay it. And there are things that says something about a person with a disability mentally being executed. Wearing that shirt the other day was hurtful for me, heartfelt. I got the shirt and the mask. He's one of the people that I dedicated so much money to pertaining to his execution sentencing. He's still disabled and all is on death row. He's on death row, people. He has a disability. Anyway. When Bill Cosby was released, I felt relieved. I felt that the things I do didn't go in vain. When R. Kelly was found guilty, I was devastated all over again. It's like it canceled each other out. Then we got our own people setting us up for monetary gain. Lying on here talking about, I'm rich. I offer him money. This is the biggest star in the world. Take that bullshit somewhere else to somebody else who believe that dumb shit. I don't have time for women talking about some they was raped 50 years ago and all this and that. I got some real things going on. Some real things. And it's crazy. It's crazy. So we trying to get the governor to overturn the execution. I don't understand why it's so hard to do that. It's crazy. So, what y'all talking about? Where's your husband? Downstairs? Yeah, he still live here. He downstairs. It's crazy. So I got a man, Purvis Payne, fighting to stay alive, and he got a disability. There's another man who's a superstar with a disability, and people want him to go to jail on accusations. 80-year-old plus man who sent a lot of people to college, they want him in jail. But they won't arrest the white woman who caused the death of a black boy, the same age. It's crazy. Well, you ain't got to do that with changing faces. My husband good. He's here. He's been here for 28 years. Too long sometimes. But he here. We got 2 grown daughters. Don't nobody know nothing about my family. Thank you, Zay. It's time to move on to Wendy Williams. Whew. Okay, so Wendy Williams. Okay, we got to move on. Wendy Williams, y'all. Maybe, okay, maybe or maybe not come back for the 13th season. All right, we don't know. Wendy Williams may come back. She may not come back. We do not know. Okay? We do not know if Wendy Williams going to come back. I mean, she could. Then next thing you know, she cannot. We don't know. But what we do know is that she's been out for quite some time because she said it's her Graves' disease. And then many people said it's because she was diagnosed with COVID a few weeks ago and she was quarantining. We don't know about all of that. So we hoping that Wendy Williams return and have a safe recovery, because we want her to recover. We want her to. You know what I mean? I don't wish bad on anyone. We want Wendy Williams to make sure that she, you know what I'm saying, recovers from her injuries and things like that, because that is, okay, what we want to pray for everyone, okay? But that's not what I'm coming on here for. What I'm coming on here to tell you is, in addition to that, who is going to take Wendy Williams' place, okay? And it's this person right here, Leah Remini, okay? Leah Remini is supposed to be taking Wendy's place. Now, I don't know I don't know about that, Wendy, because I don't trust Leah. I don't trust Leah just to be taking your place temporarily. It might be a replacement, girlfriend. It may be a replacement. We got to keep it above. You know what I'm saying? Lee, what's her name? Lee Remini. She looks like she would take somebody's job in a minute. Okay, she looks like she'll take somebody's job. But then Nick Cannon, okay, is up if for a permanent position on the Wendy Williams show if she don't return. Okay? And then in spite of that, Wendy Williams paid $4.5 million on a new apartment, you guys, not too long ago. 3-bedroom, 3-bath, open kitchen, granite countertop, walnut cabinets, and a wine refrigerator, 2,400 square feet on a high-rise penthouse apartment in New York. So in the midst of her being sick, she dropping almost $5 million on a penthouse in New York. Bossing, okay? And she suffered from Graves' disease, which she did a show last year. She suffered from Graves' disease that left this saying that make her feet look like this. Now, please do not say nothing bad about it, because somebody's health is not a funny matter. But it seems like to me that there's a lot of tension in her feet, and it causes a lot of other illness parts of the body with her legs and things of that nature. So the circulation in her feet, that she have to put a machine on to keep the blood flowing and things like that. Now, personally, I'm not a doctor, but you might want to take all them foreign objects out of your body, Wendy. You know, when you get a certain age and you got these health issues, you don't need all them foreign objects in your body, like them big old titties. You know what I'm saying? You don't need them titties like that, Wendy. Wendy, you don't need them titties like that. You don't need them titties like that. I'm just saying. You don't need them titties like that. Just crazy. Upright. Yeah, she don't need them titties like that. That's not cool. That's not cool. So we're going to pray for Wendy Williams' recovery, because people said that she fell off the wagon. We don't know that either. We praying for her to have a speedy recovery. We want to get these women off of Bill Cosby and R. Kelly. We want him to be free, because you can't be having people that admitting on social media they lying about this and lying about that and getting caught up in stuff. Your story got to stay the same regardless of what. Okay? That's what we got to do. And we got to fight for our men, because they are under attack. You understand? They are under attack. Don't worry. Tonight was the night for me to spit the dragon. But anybody come in here, tomorrow, you may be getting the dragon. So changing faces, watch out. Anyway, thank y'all for listening to Spittin' Fire. I'm your girl, R.A. Oh, I'm going to bring the dragon back real soon because they getting disrespectful. They taking my maturity for weakness. I got to let them know who I am. All right. Y'all